Here in the United States, there is an interesting report from the Anti-Defamation League, which I referenced before, which looked at a politically based domestic terror killings, so to speak. And they are overwhelmingly right-wing. The numbers, as I recall, I think in 2019 were 76% right-wing, 20% Islamic extremism, and then 4% left or sort of miscellaneous. Now, from a logistical perspective, when I hear that someone believes their religion should be the law of the land and is willing to kill for those reasons, to me, that sounds right-wing. So when I think of Islamic extremism, it's often framed as left-wing. It sounds really right-wing to me. In the intelligence community, is there a position on that, on the characterization of Islamic violence?
Wow, I've never thought of it in that term before. We certainly looked at Islamist extremism as our number one threat. We had several plots in the 2000s and the 2010s. Several hundred Canadians went to join ISIS, et cetera, et cetera. We had a small right-wing desk, which frankly wasn't very busy when I retired in 2015. I'm sure it's busier right now. I would push back a little bit on the stats. It's true that in your country, obviously the far right is about 2/3 or 3/4 of the incidents.
Yeah.
Around the world, it's still 95% Islamist extremism. If you look at the numbers across the world.
No denial whatsoever.
Yeah. The way you framed it is really interesting. So I did write a book. My last book was entitled When Religions Kill. And I looked at how every religion has within it an extreme element that justifies killing in the name of God. Judaism, Christianity, even Buddhism. My God, Buddhist extremists should be an oxymoron. And yet there are Buddhist terrorists in Sri Lanka, in Thailand, and Myanmar. I guess you would say that Islamist extremists are conservative. They're definitely very intolerant. The view of Islam that they try to force on people is exclusionary. Essentially, it's my way or the highway. Bernard Lewis, the American academic, said very famously after 9/11, it's like I'm right, you're wrong, go to hell. That's the way these people see the world. So I guess from that perspective, we would look at it as right-wing. But from my experience working in the Canadian intelligence community, it was its own separate task. And it was the lion's share of the counterterrorism work for the better part of the 20 years you just referred to in the post 9/11 period.